I can still recall when IBM played on Jeopardy, challenging the two finest players in its long history, and defeating them handily. The event took place at an IBM facility, giving the computer a home field advantage, a necessity given that IBM did not want to transport the hardware. There were 3 shows covering 2 games, and they all had the feel of home cooking. This was not just a game, a contest. This was a product rollout and a huge advertisement for the company, akin to coverage of a NASA moon launch. They were given ample opportunities to discuss their machine, which they called Watson, son of, if you will, Deep Blue, the computer which had pretty much destroyed the world chess champion, Garry Kasparov. And they knew what Watson could do. They had tested it, and every time they tested it, it became more powerful, to the point where they were quite certain that it could not be beaten. And so they dropped the challenge on Jeopardy. A match, proceeds to go to charity. IBM also rolled out its doctors and engineers who pronounced that they weren't really playing games like chess and Jeopardy. They were seeking out exploratory challenges that pushed the boundaries of science. They wanted to create a machine that could process data to such an extreme that it approached intelligence. They wanted, in the end, they said, to create a smarter planet. So they were not short on ambition or pride. There were frequent cuts to the audience, IBMers all, applauding and laughing as Watson answered question after question. The level of self-satisfaction was fever-pitched. The key to this latest challenge, they said, was to build into the machine the ability to understand and analyze natural language, including puns, jokes, and idiomatic expressions. And the machine did process this difficult material with an astonishing proficiency. Watson is not merely searching for an answer, they said. He is utilizing an open question answering method based on probability, coming up with a number of answers to any question with a confidence factor attached to each. If that confidence factor is sufficient, he will ring in. The machine was excellent at ringing in. I suspected, as I watched, that it had a mechanical advantage, however slight, in that regard, over the humans, who could often be seen to be madly working their buttons to no avail. IBM foresaw many uses for the machine in the future. Healthcare was a major opportunity, and not just record-keeping, but diagnosis too. Watson, presumably Dr. Watson, would prescribe and heal. I'm not so sure. I went back and looked at it, not the triumph of the machine, for it did win, but at its mistakes. I thought they might be telling. Here they are. From the Latin for end, where trains can also originate, Watson answered, fini. The correct answer is terminal. Anatomical oddity of the gymnast who won the 1904 Olympics. Watson answered, what is leg? The answer is, what is missing a leg? In the category Name the Decade, when the Oreo cookie first appeared, Ken Jennings answered, what is the 1920s? And was told that was incorrect. Watson rang in and answered, what is the 1920s? Stylish elegance, or students who graduate in the same year. Watson answered, what is chic? The answer is, what is class? On May 2010, 5 paintings valued at $125 million, including a Braque, a Matisse, and 3 others, left Paris's museum of this art period. Watson answered, what is Picasso? The correct answer is, what is modern art? In the category U.S. cities, its largest airport is named for a World War II hero. Its second largest airport is named for a World War II battle. Watson answered, what is Toronto? The correct answer is, what is Chicago? Note that this was a final Jeopardy answer, and Watson had to supply an answer, regardless of the confidence level. In the category EU, as of 2010, Croatia and Macedonia are candidates to join, but this is the only former Yugoslav republic in the EU. Watson answered, what is Serbia? The correct answer is, what is Slovenia? A computer key, also a loose-fitting dress, hanging straight from the shoulders to the waist. Watson answered, "What is chemise?" The correct answer is, "What is a shift?" In the category nonfiction, the New Yorker's 1959 review of this book read, "In its brevity and clarity, it is unlike most such manuals, a book as well as a tool." Watson answered, "What is Dorothy Parker?" The correct answer is, "What is the elements of style?" At the end, on his final answer, Kenneth Jennings paid tribute to Watson, welcoming the advent of the thinking machine. As I see it, there is still much work to be done before I want Watson prescribing anything for me.